Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Hello, everybody. Another episode of the Coach's Box. We are here live at La Pachanga. Hey, we're going to get our Mexican on tonight and eat some Mexican food and have a good time. So the guys are all here except McVey and Powers, big time.
But I'm here today.
But Kevin is here. We got two pious people in the house.
Kevin is in the house.
Two herky people in the house.
Yep.
It's good.
It's time to have a good show. I mean, there's some interesting things going on in sports. A lot of debatable topics, in my opinion.
I would totally agree.
There's a couple of things that just happened recently.
Yeah.
I mean, that women's championship was interesting.
That could be some interesting conversation going on.
Why don't you just jump right into it? Go for it.
Let's go. Huh?
Jason, just give your opinion. You're on it.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, well, first of all, let's
here
before we
Blair.
get into any kind of
advertisement.
Okay.
This guy might have a birthday tonight. This is his
that's
big
right.
birthday day. We got to give him a little excitement, man.
A little excitement. Well,
Jason, how do you feel about being another year older?
I mean, beating a Jadilf. I mean, what else is better than that, man?
dude, it's rough when you get closer and closer to the 50.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah?
Yeah, 47. Big deal.
47. Wow, that's not
Freaking
big.
old. I can remember when my dad was 47.
That's just 5 years to retirement for you?
I wish.
Oh.
Remember, I took 5.5 years to graduate college. I was on the...
A lot of people go to
You were on the
college
doctor's
for-
plan.
Yeah, no, I was on what my advisor called the vacation plan.
Your advisor probably told you not to do that.
Well, my advisor just didn't understand that I was having a good time.
I think he understood.
Well,
he just
okay.
recommended that you didn't do that.
Well, my problem was every year when it was football season, I would only take 12 hours. Because, dude,
that's how many hours he actually attended class.
Just enough to stay full time,
Yeah,
but not
to
enough
stay-
to get anything accomplished.
You mean
dude,
total hours?
People don't realize, and that's what I tell these kids all the time. Even though, you may be going to a small college, but there's a lot of expectations, man.
And it's a lot of time.
A lot of time. You don't have much time for,
Even at I remember being at the D3 softball level, it was still 40 hours a week. You're doing softball things.
Even off season, you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the time, and
It's constant.
yeah. I mean, I'm not. It wasn't sports' fault, right? 5.5 years, but I enjoyed it. My parents knew I enjoyed it.
Coach Winkler said he feels. I feel so sorry for you being just 47, Coach Jay.
Why am I not seeing that? I must be on the wrong.
Well, that is not surprising if you are.
The question really is Coach Winkler, like, what are you trying to say?
I see it now.
Is like he
right.
20 years younger than you, 30 years younger than you? What are you trying to say here?
Are you trying to say Winkler's like 70?
We all
I
wait.
didn't say that.
You said 30.
I mean,
He's been coaching longer than we are probably old.
He has not been coaching more than 47 years.
Okay, listen. You guys have forgotten that Bruce and Tim both, along with Dr. Naismith, invented the game of basketball.
Yes, they did.
So let's don't disrespect. Got to give credit where credit's due.
Man, Bruce gets shots fired. Bruce Valroy, or wait, Miss Valroy.
Yeah, we got Bruce never watches.
Yes, he
It's
is.
only
He's
his
watching.
wife.
He's watching on the YouTubes.
Yeah. They co-wrote the foreword to the rules of basketball.
No, it's just another year around the calendar, man.
Yeah.
Birthdays aren't like they used to be. Especially college birthdays. Those were fun.
Those were always fun.
I only remember 2 of mine. College birthdays.
Talk about birthdays in general.
Man, you only remember 2 birthdays?
Man.
Wow.
What happened to all the rest of them?
Kevin
Concussions.
parties hard.
Concussions.
Kevin parties hard. Responsibly.
Responsibly hard.
He gets chocolate
That just
wasted.
sounds weird.
Chocolate wasted.
Chocolate wasted, yes.
Man.
It's all good.
So
No, the sports world, I mean, that pitching staff of the Cardinals is really good.
Are we going to go with the
No, I'm
women's?
just jumping all over the place. Hey, you made me open this thing. I'm opening
opened
it
it. I didn't say you had to keep going
I'm just
with
throwing
it.
subjects out there. We'll get to them.
Wait, we're just kind of giving you a brief overview of the whole show.
it's the table of contents for tonight's show.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a history teacher, man.
We're going to talk about the women's national championship. We're going to talk about the men's national championship. We're going to talk about the Cardinals. We're going to talk about whatever the hell Jason wants to.
That's damn right.
It's
When
his
you asked,
birthday. It's what
you
happens.
asked, I said those 3. I said all 3 of those.
Yeah.
He's already
I
said
know.
all 3 of those.
I'm just
Well, I know.
reiterating it.
Which one do we want?
I'm like the hype man right now. I'm like
we
Lil
start
Jon.
on that woman's thing. We'll start
The
on it.
on that woman's thing.
Yes, let's start with the women's national championship game.
All right.
Wait. There's plenty of other things for women to get upset about in that comment. So we're just going to go ahead and
Yeah, that's
talk about
What do you mean? I said the women's
Valid.
what?
that woman's thing.
The women's thing. I ain't. Man, you are about as politically correct. You're worried about political.
Your ass. I'm like the least politically correct person.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
I mean,
women's
six.
national championship game.
All right, man.
Let's talk about it.
There was 2 good players,
There's 2 great players in that game.
there's-
But yeah.
There's some really good players in
dude. There's
general.
a
in that
lot of
game.
stuff. There's a lot of stuff that happened. I mean, I don't normally watch women's basketball. I don't. I'll be straight up with everybody. I don't. I watch my daughter play. I mean, I enjoy high school basketball, girls and boys. And but man, the more I kept hearing about this girl from Iowa, I was like, I gotta watch.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she's
I
really
knew
good.
LSU was good, and
Coached really well.
yeah,
She's animated.
Yeah.
she reminds me of you, Miller.
Wild.
She
don't know
does.
about that.
Yes.
Not the outfits, but everything else.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think-
her outfits don't say "look at me," do they? Did you see how far? Hey, she gets about as far as you do on the court too.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't got
Maybe-
nothing on Justin Tatum. If you ever watch Justin Tatum coach, it looks like he's a volleyball official because he's
be.
standing
Well,
up there on
I'll
the
tell you
volleyball
what.
line.
During that championship game, she was all over the court,
Yeah, well,
and you
coach-
couldn't miss her with
Yeah.
that outfit.
Yeah, the coach's box is not a thing with her at
No,
all.
none.
She's all over the place.
Zilch.
oh wait, we're
Yeah.
talking about the show or where she's supposed to be standing.
Where she's supposed to be standing.
okay.
She
She
has
doesn't
no
care
idea what the
about this.
coach's box is. Any
does not
iterance
care.
of the word.
I mean,
That
she
would
has
be
a-
awesome
well,
if she did.
She
Yeah.
does have a
I
son.
would still talk the crap, but
She
yeah.
has to have a son that is in the Cardinals organization.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Her son
that's
is
Okay,
Jordan,
what's that got to do with her outfit?
Kramer Robertson.
Kramer Robinson.
Dude, her outfits are ridiculous.
Yes.
Okay, you know the
Kramer.
reason was she probably wears them.
But-
this is
So our players can see her or some bull crap.
no. This is the same reason my dad says that coaches should wear something different than their players so that they don't throw them the ball. So she stands out, so they ain't gonna throw the ball. See that glittery crap all over. her?
She's open on the wing every time they come down.
I mean,
so.
well,
I mean, they
But it
it
shouldn't
might be a glare.
Dude, her outfit's terrible.
Listen, well, I'm gonna say, you can say she's terrible. She's a good enough coach. She can get away
she's
with
a
wearing
damn
it.
good coach.
Yes.
I agree, but it's terrible.
When you're that good, you can wear whatever you want.
Well, you can look like Elton John if you want. Go ahead, dress up. Just need
I'd
some
love to
glasses.
see that.
Maybe she'll be the next on a. Never
nope.
mind. I'd rather her be on the can.
Beer
Can
can. Beer
of-
can. Beer can.
Can
Yes,
of
Yeah.
beer.
So,
wait for it.
but that was a great championship game. Watching two good teams with each having a great player going head to head.
Yes.
LSU just had more depth. I think more top end
Well-
players than what Iowa did.
Well,
but Caitlyn Clark,
Well-
she had the tournament of the century.
was it?
Well, I mean, I go back to the semifinal game between them and South Carolina. Holy moly, that was a game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot of fun. That game was absolutely awesome. And I feel like, as far as that game goes, it never really just kept kind of, playing into her game. The Clark girls' game. And I mean, she was just absolutely phenomenal
Dude, the way she can get off a three-pointer.
Quick. Man, it's just so quick. And it's kind of amazing,
Dude,
to watch.
It's amazing to watch her play.
And with very little space, she's absolutely just contested on every three-pointer.
Yep.
And just cold-blooded sinks everything.
Yes. And, the other thing that I was enjoy watching was just the way that she gets to the hoop and then creates just that little bit of space to get that shot off. It's unbelievable how she creates her offense. I mean, unbelievable.
Well,
they don't set her any screen.
She does a wait. It's one thing to set her a screen. It's another thing to know how to use it.
Utilize it,
And,
yes.
and she
Agreed.
understands spacing. I bet she was a really good tag player because there's nobody. As soon as she runs around the tree, nobody's getting her.
Her and is it Sorenza?
Yes, the post player,
Yes.
Sorenzo.
So, yeah.
Oh, I
dude,
think it
those
is,
two could just read each other without saying anything.
Two-man game the whole night.
I agree.
Two-woman game the whole night.
It was, and you know what? Be politically correct, but
Yeah.
but every single team, tried to stop her, and she's scoring 40-something points a game. You just couldn't stop her.
I've been watching
honestly.
college basketball for a while, and that was the most dominating or phenomenal thing I've seen.
I lost your camera, Jay.
Hey, that's good. I don't need to be on camera. I got a radio face.
Yeah.
That is a true statement. That is a true statement.
So am I not going to be on camera the whole night? Cool.
We hope not.
That's a birthday gift.
Sweet.
For you.
Yeah, that's a
gift.
nice birthday gift. I could really have a good time then. Well, let's get to the dicey part of this whole thing.
Yeah, it definitely was some dicey conversations happening. Maybe
All right.
during that.
I'm
game.
I'm just gonna go out there and tell you, it's not comparable. What Caitlyn did and what Reese did is not comparable. I don't care what you say. It's not comparable. She didn't chase anyone down. She didn't do
it directly at an
and
individual
she did
person.
it to her team coming off the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know she's a shit talker.
Oh,
Well, there's
I
a
know-
bunch of them.
well,
I
and
know
it's-
she is.
and
in
she
sports
acknowledged that she
in
was.
general.
And she acknowledged she was. She said that Reese shouldn't be taking all the heat. It was the context, and it took away from what was a great tournament for the ladies. It just ruined it.
Well, my whole thought process is you spent 5-6 months trying to win a national title. You win a national title, and you celebrate by spending 45 seconds chasing around a great player to just taunt them instead of celebrating with your teammates. I don't know about that. I don't get that.
I'm sorry. I'm telling you, it was just wrong,
It was,
and it's not comparable. And all these guys comparing it on Twitter and all this stuff, I'm like, I can't even watch it.
Well,
it is not comparable.
It's not even close.
Look, I love trash talk. I think the psychology of the game, it plays into it.
Yeah.
But it's one thing that it's when the lines cross, okay, and the game is in hand. It's over. It's like to me, sports. It's like a gladiator event. We're cordial before the game. Once the game gets ready to start, it's a battle. It's a fight. It's a war. When the war is over, it's over. And I know that some people, they're heated and you have a hard time with sportsmanship, especially in a tough loss. But there's another thing when you're rubbing it in someone's face, and it's like, look, you got it. You've won.
Right.
You already proved your point. You want to do that one time and do that little thing and do that. Okay. 12 seconds left in the game as the clock's running down. Not really time to do it.
Yeah.
You want to do it after you drop a bucket and get an and one or something? Okay, cool. I mean,
Part of it.
whatever.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't bother me.
You could make a case for Reese to be the player of the tournament because her team won. She was the best player on that tournament. Caitlyn Clark's the player of the tournament. It's not really that disputable, but you could make a case for it.
But she didn't get it, right?
She didn't. I don't think she did. Clark
Gave
got
it
They
it.
don't give it to to anybody.
No, they give it
losing
to
team.
Reese.
Did they give it to Reese?
Yeah, they gave it to
Okay,
Reese.
they gave it to Reese. I didn't hear that part.
Most
but
outstanding player
Yes.
But-
tournament.
Clark is the one, after the way she responded to the whole situation, that came out looking way better out of the whole situation.
Here's the thing, though. Angel Reese does not care what anyone thinks.
No,
Yeah,
she
she's
doesn't.
unapologetically.
And she doesn't need to, really.
I mean, she's doing TikToks with Ja Morant. Okay,
I know. Did you see that? I was like,
hey, listen. What do these two have in common? One does something controversial, and the other one does something controversial.
I mean,
a little controversial.
I get to a certain point. I mean, she put herself out there, and she was representing a bigger picture than just who she is. She's bigger, like someone that's put in tons and tons and tons of work. Came from a little small place that she had nothing growing up, and she even said that, and she developed into the player she was. I get that, but I felt like in the moment, man, you should have been excited about winning a national championship. Like, to me, you worked your tail off to get to that point. That's what should have been memorable to you, not how you won a national title and want to put it in somebody else's face. Like, hey, guess what? I just won a national title. I'm excited about that. I mean, yeah, I'm going to get that ring. I mean, she even did that in 2 or 3 games before that. I think Louisville game maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
It was, she was pointing at her finger, and they drew a ring on her finger. Or
she does it one time.
Well, and what aggravates me,
and it probably goes nothing ever happens.
Said.
But what aggravates me about the whole thing is all these people posting all this crap, and this is where social media sucks.
Yes, I agree.
They're cutting up everything. They're not showing the whole 13, 14, 15, 30 seconds of Reese doing it.
Agreed.
They cut it up, and then they try to compare that. That's not the same.
I question officiating wise, and they're probably not going to call in that situation. They call a technical on her tossing the ball off. Now, they did say later that it was after their first warning for delay of game, so because it was a second delay of game. I did read that somewhere that they had to give the technical. But the fact that she's standing on the free throw line, quite obviously taunting.
Yes.
That you can't call or at least stop the play. You can't even at least say something like knock it off before I give you one type of thing.
Listen.
You can't. They're not going to call it in that situation.
We play tongue in cheek with officiating here, and we know a lot of our officials, and they're great. And it is what it is in some cases because they do a good job. I'm going to tell you right now, the NCAA Women's National Championship game was one of the worst officiated games of basketball I have ever seen in my life. The worst high school basketball official in the state of Missouri. You already know who I probably think is the worst. Would have been the best of all 3 of them, bar none. And it was bad. It was bad on levels that, like, you have one of the most televised women's sports events in history.
It was Joe West and Angel Hernandez on the same World Series crew bad.
Yeah.
It was rough.
And Tim Donaghy kind of bad, too, to be the head
You've seen
official.
It all across the board, people just ripping it.
Well, it's because it's bad. It was bad. How can you have that? Is that literally the best thing you could do?
And especially the way the women's tournament was all tournament was. I mean, it was really watched really well. Brought back women's basketball, college basketball, and you felt like, man, this is bringing back women's college basketball. And I mean, everybody was all the posts about it was just. I mean, from people that you're at a higher, held at a high standard, people were commenting on it, and it was just tough to take away from the whole tournament itself because I thought the tournament was absolutely one of the best women's tournaments.
Well,
as long as I've been alive,
it was. But the problem is.
But we're not talking about the tournament. That's the problem. That is the problem.
Well, the two things that happened in a championship game had nothing to do with the game.
No.
Now,
LSU dominated the game.
Yeah. But they were allowed to as well.
Well, I mean, yes.
I mean, listen. But Kim Mulkey's done an amazing job.
Agreed.
Bringing that team from 3 wins all the way to a national championship in 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay? So she's done a great job. But did she had to have scared the officials on so many levels. Number one, with what she was wearing, because she looked like she could, be in a Siegfried and Roy show in Vegas. The tiger bit him, but
she'd be there taming those tigers.
And you know what? But even the point, she grabbed a hold of one of them at one point.
The one
pushed them and
knocked the ref down.
And it's like, wait.
Can you imagine if me or you do that?
He'd be over.
I'd probably lose my job.
No, because I can't. Even the one or two that I don't like, I would never do that.
Yeah, like what in the world?
What are you thinking? But then you have a very poorly officiated game and fouls that were just like, really? Those are? Both ways now. Both ways.
I agree. And if you would have watched the games before that, man, they let the girls play. Dude.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they do. Wait. Clark had a technical and 2 push-offs of her 4 fouls.
And kind of took her out of the game, and she still scored 40.
She's.
Did she have 40 in the championship?
41?
She had 41.
41 and
How is she not the
40.
most outstanding player?
She had 40 in the semi.
She had 40,
because
but then she had like
I don't
12,
care.
She had like 10 assists or something.
Wait,
yeah.
It's like this. They always say the NBA Finals MVP. They always pick the. Bye, big guy.
Bye, buddy.
We're all waving at Jason's son.
Yes.
Hey, Weston.
He's munching on that.
He is.
He's got 4 molars coming.
Oh.
Yeah. Good luck with
Hey,
you.
you
Enjoy your birthday night.
I'll sleep. I'll be all right.
NBA Finals MVP. There's only been one person who's ever lost the finals that's won it, and that was Jerry West.
Yes.
And that was the first year they gave it.
Yep.
And
Well, I'm
ever since
sorry.
then-
She was the player.
And it was.
There's no
Wasn't even
question.
close.
Reese had a good tournament, but it wasn't even close.
She
was
scored
the player
15
of the tournament.
points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
15.
She wasn't even the high scorer for her team in that
No.
title
No.
game. No.
That was a girl off the
Awful.
bench.
No, and I think also, didn't Clark have average close to 10 assists in the tournament per game too?
She had, I think, about 6, 7, maybe.
Yeah. But
She facilitates. She's an amazing player. She was a lot of fun to watch. It was just the same reason they gave a technical foul to Clark. Did you know that LSU did the same thing?
Yep.
Took the ball and threw it behind her back after a play. No call. Threw it out of bounds. Yep. Same thing.
Did they give a sideline warning or bench warning or
Pretty
whatever
sure
it
the
is?
play they continued on with what they were doing.
Yep.
Now it's just inconsistent. You can't do that.
No.
You just cannot do that. And I thought Clark handled everything with class. I thought their coach, I can't remember her name, from Iowa, handled it with class. Even the girl who fouled out the center,
Oh,
Well, that was awesome.
the one who only dribbled 2 times in the whole tournament. 2 times.
yeah.
2 times. I have players who will dribble 9 times and literally go 4 feet, and that's about it.
It's 9 times.
Around in a radius.
Nine times.
That's
Nine
some
times.
dribbling with a purpose.
9 times in a layup drill.
Talk about
just
it.
getting
Yeah,
from
9
the
times
wing
a
to the
layup
brim.
drill.
Yeah.
2 times. Played a national championship game. Still scored.
Second leading scorer. on
Second
her
leading
team.
score, yeah.
Wow, she's stuck.
And first thing she fouls out in the national championship game, her last game because she's a
Her
senior.
last game.
She's a senior.
Yep.
And what she do? She's jazzing up and hyping
know,
up
did
her
you see her?
teammate coming
I
to the
was
ball
like,
game.
man.
Gave every teammate down the bench a high five.
Didn't make it about her. I mean,
Stood there, didn't
Best
put the
teammate.
towel over her head.
And you
Oh.
know she was frustrated.
Oh,
Sure she was.
no doubt.
And she had every right to be.
on some weak ass moving screen call.
Yeah.
They,
That you let
That it probably happened
all-
30 times.
all
the
night.
time.
And again, that's the college game morphing into this, trying to still play into the pro game where they can basically grab a hold of you and roll, and there's nothing.
Nothing called.
But then half the time they'll let you do that in the college game, but then the other time it's like, oh no, we can't let that happen.
And even the announcers were kind of getting involved with it a little bit.
Because it was that obvious.
And they were like, man,
They were trying to do their
I don't understand. Like, you just let that
They
go.
were
And you called this,
They were
and-
trying to do their best to make the sense of it for viewers,
Yes,
and even
it
they
got
had
bad. It got-
they couldn't
Oh,
they
it was
couldn't do
tough.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it got so out of hand that you just really wanted to turn the volume off because you felt like they were trying to make
Oh no, I wanted to hear it.
And,
No, I
and
wouldn't.
sense of it, I was like,
I wanted to be like, am I seeing? Are they seeing what I'm seeing? Oh yeah, it's that bad.
During
Yes.
a televised sporting event,
Yeah,
I've
it
never
was
heard announcers say, "Well, I don't know about that one."
Yeah.
More times than in that game.
you're right.
Or the one when they teeter up. You can't call that. You can't call that.
Yeah.
It's like,
And that was a big deal.
Yes.
Like, it was, I mean, that was,
it was cheap. And again, for such a great game, high scoring.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
High
high score
scoring,
100 points.
100
Yeah.
points in a national championship game.
Unreal.
That's the most points ever scored, most combined points ever scored.
Yes.
And those are the things that stick out.
The most watched game in NCAA women's basketball history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Deservedly so. It needed. It
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
the
it
hype
was-
the hype was big.
Yeah, it was.
And I really wish that the game was closer, but at the same time, I mean,
I don't think
the
there was
better
any way
team
it's
won.
going to.
The better team won. Let's be honest.
Well, LSU did things that they hadn't done all year or all tournament. They didn't hit threes like that.
No,
in the first
but
half,
the better
all the
team
3-point
won.
shooting.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
LSU was the better team.
Listen, I don't root for anything to do with any surrounding state of this great state, particularly Illinois, particularly Kansas, particularly Arkansas.
Kentucky.
Yeah, because it borders. So yeah,
No, it does
definitely
not.
Kentucky. It doesn't border the state.
Oh my
this
God,
thing,
you
yeah.
are such.
That's
a,
what I was talking about.
My apologies.
Geography again.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh! And how do we get to Canada, kids?
By a boat.
Through Alaska.
Through Alaska.
Through Alaska. Jesus,
My-
Mary Joseph.
My Lord.
What?
You guys are
What
insane.
do they teach you over there? Anyway, I don't
Not
root
enough.
for anything to do with Iowa. I hate the Big Ten, but I give them a lot of credit. And I was pulling for them, and I was really hoping they would pull it off. But they didn't.
Cinderella story didn't happen.
Nope. And then we talk about Cinderella stories. We can talk about the men's tournament and how the Final Four finished. Hey, what a great game, though, with Florida Atlantic and San Diego State.
What a finish.
I do wonder, though, if Florida Atlantic could have played with UConn because of how much offensive firepower they have.
Yes.
I mean, talk about a contrast of styles. San Diego State was getting pulled into playing fast the whole game, and I mean, they just push the ball and shoot it.
Yes.
Push the ball and shoot it. Great.
The tournament period was great.
And a lot of people said they did. They're like, "Wow, that was." And look, I didn't like the national championship game because
No.
I don't like UConn men.
No.
I just don't, and that goes back to years ago when Rip Hamilton and Khaled El-Amin was playing, and that
Yeah.
stupid group, Jake Voskuhl. I hate that whole team. And they beat Duke, who was extremely favored, and Jim Calhoun, who's a big cheater, who's their coach.
Jim Calhoun.
I don't like him either. Weird
boy.
talking dude. I don't like him.
I'm not a fan of the Hurley family in general either. So
Well, I don't mind.
He's a
Hurleys.
weird cat.
he is.
Like, man, they kept showing him during that championship game, and I was like, dude, this guy's weird.
It's like, well, he's got
there
a
might be some people
he's got
say
a complex. He's
say
the
that
for-
about me too. But
he's the forgotten Hurley brother. So
I didn't
just
even know there
because
was
he's-
another one. So
Yeah.
I forgot all
There's
about
actually-
him.
There's three of them.
Oh,
There's another one that coaches somewhere in college too, I think.
Yeah,
and then their
that's
dad was
Yeah.
was more like a popular high school coach.
oh yeah,
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolute stud.
But then you got that guy, and he goes to a place I don't like. But anyway, the game was. Hey, give them credit. They beat everybody by double figures. They
No,
rolled
they
in the
had a
tournament.
great tournament,
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
They rolled in the tournament. It is
and that's
it
what
is.
happens a lot of times.
The hot hand. The hot hand won.
San Diego State went cold for a long time in that game.
Yes, they did.
When they
and-
got it down to 5, I was like, okay, 50-55, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then it was just that they called a timeout, and bam, I think hit a 3, and then bam, and I was like, oh.
There went
Next thing you know, it was up to
Oops.
15 again.
Oops.
somebody in the back's editing one shining moment already.
I mean, I thought it was a good tournament, all things considered. I'm still hoping and praying for the day a team like San Diego State or a
Somebody wins it.
mid-major. Yeah, I think it's
nice.
getting closer.
Yeah.
I mean, you had two of them in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Oh.
Miami is not a powerhouse
No.
basketball wise.
No.
No, but they were fun to watch,
Yeah.
too.
It's fun to watch.
CBS would have probably, if San Diego State and FIU had played in the championship game, CBS probably would have crapped a brick at that point.
Yes.
Because nobody's watching that game compared to what you get with UConn or another blue blood.
Yeah, but
You're going to get some that are going to tune in, but you need those blue bloods to draw on the global or the national viewer.
I didn't get to see the overall viewership of the women's compared to the men's.
oh, I think it's no brainer.
But
Yeah.
but here's the thing: is you had a story with if it would have been Florida Atlantic and let's just say Miami or San Diego State or something, I think it would have been a different viewership. It would have been because everybody wanted to see somebody that hadn't won it before win it. I think it would have been a different story.
So here's the question I have, because UConn's won it now 5 times? Mm-hmm. Are they a blue blood?
I think so.
Well, I think they have to be in consideration.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely,
they are.
they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I don't know, because they're in the
Just
stupid
because you
Big
hate
East.
them.
They're in the not Big East, but the Big East.
They've
Can
won
you
5.
if you were once a blue blood, can you fall out of being a blue blood?
I don't know. We're going to see what Duke does pretty soon.
Because is UCLA still a blue blood?
Yes,
Still? Yeah.
they will always be.
I know, but what
I
I'm-
think there's a statute. There's not a statute of limitations on them.
Okay, so you're saying no. So once you're a blue blood, you're always a blue blood. Like if Duke were to go
UCLA's
50
on a different level. You win
It's okay.
11.
If Duke were to just not win one for 40 years, or would they still be a blue blood? They'd still be a competitive
40 years,
team.
no.
But they're still a competitive team. They're always there. They just don't win the final.
But they're a small private university. They're not UCLA,
I'm,
and they didn't win 11 of them. 10 with John Wooden.
Okay.
true.
So John
just
Woodwin's
say-
a blue blood then.
Well, it's different when it's UCLA.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm just telling you. Until that, maybe the generation before ours passes, they still remember UCLA as being UCLA.
Oh, yeah.
My
Yeah.
dad will still record and watch UCLA games because he liked UCLA back in the day. Just because.
Your dad knows how to record the games.
Oh, my dad.
It's on VHS.
No,
but-
it's not. It's he DVRs everything. I'm telling you. It says record on it. You can't
happens when you
mess that
retire.
up.
When you retire, that's what you get to do.
Blair, send us to commercial break because we got to get to commercials.
All right.
Pay the
Well,
bills.
hey, that was
Pay the bills.
an exciting first segment of the Coach's Box. Hey, we will be right back.
Those fries you've been craving. I'm hot and I'm steamy. And oh man, do I smell delicious. I'm calling your name. Oh, Doug. Doug. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Bucks and Barnhart welcomes back the 2-pound pork steak special every Thursday. Kids eat free every Tuesday, and all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day, all day, only at Case and Bucks and Barnhart, home of over 55 appetizers. Learn more at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Question about my listing price?
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
Are you tired of high school sports behind a paywall? Then you need to check out Maritime Sports, your high school sports source. We at Maritime pride ourselves on covering sports with student athletes as our main interest and putting a spotlight on them. You can check out our articles, photo galleries, and much, much more, all for free. So check out Maritime Sports at our website, maritimesports.net.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the next segment of the Coach's Box. This show is brought to you by all those sponsors that we just, maybe you've seen them, who knows. I don't know if you paid attention or not, but they were on there. They have commercials. You should
pay attention.
You should pay attention to them. They have a lot of great products, a lot of great services, and
a lot of great people.
Oh, well, that's the number one thing. I mean, if you're a sponsor of this show, you got to be a good person.
I would agree.
Maybe even a great person, and have a great business. And a lot of great products. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Great.
Have that.
Well, if I had a great business or a product, I'd advertise on this show.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And it's very cheap.
Yep. And we have cheap sponsorship prices.
Yes, we
$25 a month. And let's see, we give all of our content for Kevin. How much?
Carry the one. Free.
Always free. That's what we do. We kill the market by giving you guys
free
content.
Yeah.
That's it. Easy
Always
enough.
good.
Always good. So, hey, how about those Cardinals?
Great.
Yeah.
Had a great opening weekend at home. It was awesome. I mean, you felt excited a little bit about our offense.
Put a bunch of runs up on the board.
And then
against a really good Blue Jays team.
Faced the Braves.
And then faced a much better team.
But you faced a much better pitching team.
Speaking of pitching, our pitching was pretty good, right?
After the second inning.
Third inning, wasn't it?
I think it was the first two. There was 20 runs in the first two innings.
The whole
combined.
series was
We didn't need to add one.
I'd agree.
We didn't need to add
No, we
anyone.
were fine for like 7 innings each game.
I know. I mean, our best pitcher is pitched for what?
Maybe we need to go to openers. Let the starters finish games.
Our pitcher,
great
our
idea.
pitching is going to be fine. What are you guys talking about?
Okay, Mose Eli.
I mean, that's what Mo said.
Yeah, because we get
Our
Wainwright
pitching-
back. It's
our
like getting a
pitching
free
will be
agent.
fine.
It's like signing a free agent. You get Waino back.
What's wrong with you guys?
Wayno's old.
Come on. Come on, have some confidence in our rotation. What's up with you guys?
Wayno pulled a hammy opening the weight room door.
He can sing the national anthem, though.
Yeah,
He could.
well,
Very well, too.
And then somebody wanted to say, I was listening on 101, and they were like, oh, maybe it's because we lost Yachty. Now, do I think losing Yachty hurts a little bit? Yeah, sure. But
Yeah.
Wilson Contreras ain't a chump.
he's
No.
highly regarded as a receiver of pitchers.
He's got a cannon for an arm.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
I
And
think
his stick is better.
Yeah,
and
there's
he's
no doubt about that.
And he's done well.
It's not been him.
Except when he tries to catch, Jordan Hicks' 103 mile an hour.
Why do we even cart that bum out there? I'm so sick of seeing him. I throw 105, but I can't get anyone out.
That's what I think. I think Zach said it in our group chat. He goes, I've never seen anybody throw more 100-plus mile-per-hour pitchers get hit so hard.
It doesn't move.
The problem is he, I think, worries about how fast it's going instead of just pitching.
Yep.
It doesn't move.
Now, I know the dude wants to be a starter. Well, you can't be a starter if you can't do anything. Well, you can't do shit.
He's got a slider. His slider moves. Problem is, his slider, he can't throw for strikes, and everybody in the world knows it.
Yep.
So nobody swings at anything except the fastball.
It's kind of like Gallegos.
Yeah.
He only throws a slider.
Yes.
But at least
just wait for the fastball.
But at least Gallegos, when he's good, can throw it for strikes.
Yeah,
Hicks has never been able to throw that slider for strikes.
I'm so sick of us just relying on people. Well, bring up the farm then. Wait, we don't. I mean,
we already have the farm up there.
No, we don't.
No,
Not
we
in
don't.
pitching.
No.
Not in
that's
pitching.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I'm saying is we already have the farm up there.
There's only two
We're
guys.
not paying anybody anything.
There's only like two guys right now who you might even remotely bring up. McGreevy's not ready.
He's a double-A. No,
He's in double. And Libator is the other.
Libator's really the only one that would come up because Tink Hence is still in A-ball.
Yeah,
Right.
Kansas is still in A-ball.
Yeah.
And, they're not going to bring up Wynn until they absolutely have to. So you're not going to see him.
You need him to play every day. And right
day.
now, Edmund and Donovan are playing well enough that you don't really need him to come up and play.
Think about that. You just said Edmund and Donovan. I mean,
Yeah.
are those high-paying guys that we're paying a ton of money?
Oh
for?
yeah, we're paying them loads.
Like, come on.
No.
And you look at our outfield. It's the same concept.
Well,
we're not paying anybody anything. We've got three
Listen,
guys that we're paying money
Just
to.
because you're going to pay somebody high money doesn't mean they're going to be talented.
Yeah, like Jason Hayward. They gave him a lot of money.
Marcelo Zuna.
Wait.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Well, but
Okay,
here's
do we
the thing.
need to go back to him going back on that ball at the fence, hopping up the fence, and then it landing 8 feet in front of him?
Oh, God. That was
Or we could sign
That's a bad read.
Hey, who was the
wind.
Who was the one? The center fielder.
Dexter Fowler?
Yeah, he was a great sign.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
He was a great team
Overpaid.
player. He was a great
Overpaid.
team player, too.
Above average player.
Great team player.
He could switch hit, though.
I would.
I
That's debatable.
liked Fowler. I thought he was entertaining. His Twitter feed was entertaining.
Fowler ended up having a decent couple of years in St. Louis,
Yes.
but not really worth what they
No.
paid him and the hype that came with
No.
him. If he didn't have any of that, he wouldn't be as hated
So
as
here's
what he is.
here's my question: which Cardinal? Okay, we can say the pitching staff, and let's just not say the pitching staff of any of them.
Yes.
Who is the biggest disappointment this year as a player for the Cardinals?
Michael Loss.
Michael
Loss.
Oh gosh.
I guess I'm eating this with my hands.
No, I'm still going to go with Jordan Hicks because he still has some high end. He just never does anything with
What
it.
Cardinal who's not a pitcher,
Not a pitcher.
You didn't
not
say
a
that,
pitcher.
did you? Did you
no.
specify that?
You said pitching staff.
not a part of the pitching staff?
Okay, I didn't hear the not part. Sorry,
did not hear that
I went
either.
all sophomore and didn't listen.
I
to
didn't
the
hear it
teacher.
either.
So
I think I thought it, but he didn't say
hey,
it.
let's rewind and try this
I don't
again.
care. All right, let's do this again. What Cardinal player who's not a part of their pitching staff is the biggest disappointment so far this year through 6 games?
Broniel.
Jason, while you're feeding your face.
Nolan.
Who?
Arenado.
Gorman?
What?
Arenado.
No way.
No.
Stop.
Yep.
That's that crazy Pepsi talk again.
Look at the numbers.
What are you drinking in there?
You need to bring back Pepsi Clear with that crazy
Hey,
talk.
have you looked at the numbers?
What about it?
Have you pulled them up?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, please do.
All right, Jason, while I'm pulling these numbers up to make fun of Riley,
Go ahead. You'll feel free. See what happens.
who's your pick?
Who is my disappointment so
Oh
far?
my gosh, I got to repeat the
Non-pitcher.
question again?
Wait.
Non-pitcher.
Non-pitcher, yes.
Specify
I
that.
mean,
Wait
I
for
don't
it.
want to agree with Blair. So
Well, you
I
should.
go Tommy Edman.
So let me get this straight. Arenado, who hasn't hit a home run, but he's got 5 RBIs. And let's see, that's the leader for the team is 6. And he's hitting 308. He's a disappointment.
I agree.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
back this up, Blair.
But what did he hit in the first two games?
Don't
3
give
games.
a damn. What do you hit in the first 2
Okay,
games?
so-
You said through 6 games.
Well, I'm
Through
talking
6
about-
games.
But
Six
I'm
games.
talking about is what has he done against good pitching? And the last series was good pitching.
Listen, no, I'm telling you, don't slouch on Toronto. Toronto's
pitching was not
Toronto's
good.
probably going to win, or at
But
least
their
give the
pitching
Yankees
was not good.
a run of the money in the AL East, which is
Their
the most
pitching's
difficult
gonna be
division.
good.
Their
It's going to
pitching
be good, but it was not good in our series.
Okay, so I'm going to just tell you right now how dumb that sounds. He had more hits in the 3 games against the Braves than he did against the Blue Jays.
No.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yes,
What was that? Yes, he
Are
did.
you arguing?
Yes.
I'm looking at the damn stats.
I got to pull them up myself. I don't believe you. I just think it's a
Yeah,
disappointment.
I take it back. He had the exact same amount.
Okay, it's my point. You didn't say that. You just lied to me right there in front of everybody.
He's hitting 308.
Dude,
He's
He's got 5 RBIs.
his defense has been stellar.
There's nobody who plays third base.
I'm sorry you want. He's not Shohei Ohtani or.
Oh, yeah,
Mike
my
Trout.
bad. My bad. He's-
Yeah, all right.
He's the best third baseman in baseball.
Yeah.
He's best third baseman in the last
Yes.
50 years of baseball.
Oh, he definitely, his defense is good. For
Oh, Scott Rowland's up there.
Rollins-
a little bit.
Rollins up there.
Mike Schmidt, maybe.
Schmidt,
Yeah, well, okay. Give me 20 years. I'll give you that, maybe.
Robinson from the Orioles.
Hey, Blair, you can look
Oh,
at the
that's more
numbers.
than
They're not
50.
going to change.
Yeah, they're not.
Maybe in the
It is.
70s.
It-
Yeah.
Two hits.
25 years.
At the end of the 50.
Yeah, okay.
Are you still over there telling how
Same amount. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So you're saying it's a guy who's hitting 308.
Okay.
He's
Man.
hitting 308. He's a big disappointment.
Man,
Jeez,
so far, yeah.
The
I'd
bar
hate
is
to-
high.
I'd hate to see when his kids
The
come home with
bar
an
is
A
high.
minus.
I would like to see,
a
though.
loser.
You got an A minus.
I would like to see
loser.
where he was like with runners in scoring position.
He's second on the team in RBIs. He just said that.
And
God, okay, just shut up.
but he's 1 for 4 the last 2 games against Atlanta. Now, I want to know how many of those 3
I
of their
feel like I
bats
need to walk away for
was
just a
he
minute.
had players in scoring position and
Oh
didn't.
my
Well, maybe
gosh.
that's also about the people in front of him not hitting in against Atlanta in front of him. You
Okay.
can't have people in scoring position if nobody's getting base hits.
Alec Burleson was
Act like you've
was
played the
hitting
game.
second the other day. Why is Alec Burleson even hitting second? I don't care. You're going to bench
He
O'Neal.
had one good game.
Because
Great.
New Bar's hurt.
I don't care. Jordan Walker, who's hit safely in 6 straight games.
Oh, well, you're not trying to stress him too much. You just play him in the 8, let him hit down
Oh, wait.
in the
Well,
8.
how come we can't put Dylan Carlson there? You know, switch hitter.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I would
Why-
play Carlson over O'Neal these days anyway.
Well, Carlson is hitting 385.
I don't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. You know,
85, that's impressive.
Are you ready to amend your answer yet?
No, not
No,
yet.
not
Not
yet.
at all.
Okay.
You were wrong, dude.
O'Neal's my biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Not on opening day.
Okay, for the other 5 games, he's been my biggest
Never
disappointment.
he's never been a disappointment in opening day.
I don't think defensively he's been very good in center. I think he's gotten bad jumps on the ball.
He's had bad jumps.
So
Definitely has bad jumps. He's
I
not.
don't think that's his position.
Apparently, he's not playing very hard. He didn't get to play in that last game. He only played 5 games.
That's scary.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right, let's get it, Jason. Get in it.
And not because...
Are you gonna say Nolan too? You already said Nolan. Are you gonna go back on your answer?
no, he didn't.
No,
say
I did
Nolan.
not say no.
Yeah, you did.
No, he
who'd you
didn't.
say?
Tommy Edman.
Tommy
Oh,
Edmonds.
okay, I can see Tommy Edman.
You
He did.
were getting all hot and bothered with Riley that you forgot to listen.
Yeah, he
Nolan-
doesn't listen very well.
Well, why would we listen? You brought up one of the best players on our
Still
team.
don't think he's producing like he should. But that's
What should he do? What should he be hitting right now?
I feel really sorry for your youth baseball team you helped coach.
I have nothing to do with that.
You could have Otay Ohtani on that team, and he's like, hey, he's not producing enough.
I just
You don't
just
speak
saying.
English good enough right now.
I'm just looking at the over.
You got,
I just think
you got
that
an A minus in math.
he had. I watched the 2 games that I watched. He had 2 or 3 chances to get us back in the game or take the lead.
What was he supposed to do?
And didn't do anything. Struck out both times.
Oh, maybe it was a good pitch.
Man, maybe
What-
Atlanta's
no,
pitching was better.
You're not
From a good pitching staff.
Yeah, who's probably better than what they were when they won it.
He's
Yeah.
batting 308.
What,
Okay.
I'm still. You didn't answer this question. What do you expect of him right now? What's his stat line supposed to be right now? Home runs, RBIs.
Okay, let me ask
average.
you this question.
No, you answer mine and then I'll answer yours.
Do you want
I'm
a
not
guy
answering it.
that
I'm not
just
answering
hits
it
when nobody's on, doesn't do
did you
you
not
any
hear
good?
that?
No.
Just
I
ignoring it.
want a guy that hits 308, is second the team in RBIs, plays the best defense at third base in
totally
the
agree with
league,
that.
and that's what I
You
want.
just said hips with nobody on, and he is
Has six-
second on the team.
Five
in RBIs.
He's got 5 RBIs, but he's not
He's not hitting with
run.
nobody, yeah.
Nobody's getting drove in.
He had
you know-
2 home runs.
You know, hey, you know
the
what?
first series?
You know what I want from?
He had no home runs.
He had no home
He
runs.
still didn't hit one yet.
He hasn't one. Okay, I thought he had.
Gosh, damn! What stats are you looking at?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Are you looking at the wrong
you-
Nolan?
you
He
might
looked
wanna-
up Gorman.
you
and
might
is
be
looking
right.
at Gorman's
You may be right.
stats.
You may be right.
Who is leading the team in RBIs
He is.
and hit 2 home runs
He did
in
hit
one
2 home
game.
runs, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not a disappointment. Matter of fact, he probably should be playing more.
Yes.
But the guy who's the best player at his position and has been for the last decade and has more gold gloves than you do just about fingers, and he's hitting 308, second on the team in RBIs, and you still won't answer the damn question.
I'm not.
What do you expect? Then
You heard it.
that's
I'm not.
I don't ever want to hear your anything about baseball from you ever again.
Ever.
Here we go. Here we go.
What do you mean? Here we go. You hate that we just proved you're dumb.
I didn't. You didn't prove me that I'm dumb. I mean,
your baseball knowledge just got
Yeah,
canceled.
your baseball knowledge is completely out the window.
bring Zach back in. Then, dang it.
Zach would agree with us.
No, maybe not.
No,
I
Zach
cannot
would.
wait to get Zach's take
Zach,
on this.
if you're watching, you need to chime in.
He ain't watching it. He should be here if he is.
No.
Nope.
No.
The next thing you're going to tell me is Goldschmidt's disappointment now too.
No, Goldie's not disappointed.
Well, he's only got 2 RBI,
Okay, he's less than him. Okay.
so he's hitting 450 though. He's getting on base.
All
He's
right.
getting on base.
So you brought up
Does he get on base?
He can play for the A's.
I'm trying to find this on base.
Oh my God, he's still looking up stats.
I'm sorry, but I am.
Wait, for what? What are you looking up the splits?
Maybe.
You are out of your mind right now.
Hey, look up the home and away splits and see what they say.
What's he hitting against?
He's hitting zeros. He's hitting zeros on away games.
On white games because they haven't had any. Hey,
Oh, you can math.
I can actually.
I can math.
I have a little bit of smarts.
I'm
Well,
so
it's-
okay. So
But
let's go back to Bro Neal
Okay.
because I agree that I
Disappointment.
said Edmonds a disappointment, but I wanted to say someone other than O'Neal just because
you defend him
we
to
can
no
all
end.
well and
regularly.
not that I defend him. I'm just saying I think we can all agree that O'Neal's been a disappointment.
He's been a disappointment for the better part of
But
a year and a half.
Yes, but I do not think the way that Marmol handled that situation was correct.
No.
No, he didn't.
Garbage.
I would agree with that as well.
And
That's
how many times did Molina hit the ball and walk up first baseline
Or Pujols.
or Pujols last year?
yeah.
I know they've played for whatever years, blah blah. But if it's the Cardinal way, don't give me that shit. You
Jason has dropped the S word 3 times
yes,
in this show.
that's my
This is
favorite.
We
word.
need to put a little counter in the bottom of his
So,
camera.
Should.
What I'm saying is, I just to me, that is a sign that they are going to get rid of him, and I think that's an agenda.
Well, I think they've probably been shopping him,
Yeah, and I think that was
and
the
they just
agenda.
haven't had any takers yet. And they're like, listen, we need you to play hard. If you want to get out of this place and go someplace where they'll play you, you need to play harder because this is how this is going to
But
work.
right now, his trade value is in
No.
the can, so I mean, there's no sense in even messing with it. Should have
Yeah.
traded him a couple years ago when he had that good year.
At that good second half, they should have
But
traded
here's
him
the
in that
thing. I
offseason.
mean, what are you going to do? You going to go out and trade him for a pitcher? Who are you going to get? Who's going to
Nobody
trade?
worth a salt's going to be available at this point in the year
Nobody's going to.
Not now.
No, wait. Listen. Nobody. You would have to
Vladimir
give up the farm.
Tarasenko scores for. Oh wait, the Rangers. 1-1.
So,
You're a jack.
so who are you going to trade? No team's going to trade away their pitching right now.
Not now.
I don't even know if they're when the deadline comes around. If there's going to be a lot of teams going to load pitching because it's at a premium.
No, you're going to have to give up more than O'Neal to get
You're gonna have to give up the
anybody worth their
farm.
salt. Yeah.
Your firstborn child, your kidney, your best prospect, the best baseballs that you have in the closet. I mean,
Well, we're not giving up Walker, so
No.
No, that ain't
Your Mickey
happening.
Mantle rookie card.
And we're not going to give up Carlson either.
I wonder.
Obviously,
no.
they said that last year.
I kind of wonder though if Newt Barr gets back and he's healthy, and you have
Trade bait for him.
No. I think you got to keep him. He's marketable.
He hasn't done anything to not be playing.
You're gonna. I tell you who the thing is. If you're going to trade anybody, you're going to trade O'Neal, and you might trade either Donovan or
Get something out of him.
Tommy Edman, because you're not going to trade Walker. You need to find a way to make room for Mason Wynn, and there's too many outfielders. You need to get Nolan Gorman some
pitching has
some-
got to be it.
I also wonder if
At-bats.
I wonder if at some point, I'm going to say this, that they don't look after they do. Let's say they trade O'Neal, you free up a spot in the outfield.
Trade O'Neal.
That you don't end up playing Tommy Edman in the outfield occasionally with opening up that spot for
can.
Mason Wynn. Defensively, maybe it makes him a little bit better if O'Neal
Makes him
doesn't
faster.
produce, that type of thing.
I mean, because
I would agree.
I mean, Jordan Walker plays an okay. He came up as a third baseman. He put him in the outfield. Said, "Hey, here."
I'm not.
He's big and athletic. He'll do. He can play
If
it.
I'm trading Edmund before I trade Donovan.
I agree
My
with
thought
that.
process is you bring up Wynn, put him at short, live with what you get. Still have Donovan that can play all kinds of positions.
So can Edmund, though.
And I know. And you still have Gorman who can play second base.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Agreed.
The Cardinals are been notorious since La Russa days of getting these guys who can play 9 different positions.
Yep.
And Tommy Edmonds one of those guys too, and so is Brendan Donovan. And I don't look for them to trade guys like that unless it's an absolute necessity.
Yeah, I think they're probably more going to look to trade from that outfield spot and then use those like Donovan and Edmund as that fourth outfielder and that utility guy who can fill multiple positions. Maybe even free up another bullpen slot because you can play those guys in so many different ways.
Yeah, the thing
to
is,
do that, but in order to free up a spot for maybe Mason Wynn to play more regularly. But until he can play regularly in St. Louis, he's going to stay at Memphis.
yeah,
yeah.
then there's no reason why he should be up here.
Yeah.
And starting his clock when you don't need him.
And why would you?
I don't know, because no one else is producing apparently.
Because the kid can hit and can field with the best of them, and he's got a freaking cannon.
We're going to put him at third and get rid of
Because that disappointment over at third base we have this year.
Huge
Defensively,
disappointment.
no, not at all.
Dude, you are
Just no.
Okay.
Listen, you guys,
second
listen.
in RBIs for our team.
All 6
and you
viewers.
sat there for 20 minutes and didn't participate in this shit because you are looking
Four.
up.
Oh, I can't find
You're
that
looking up
on-base.
stats that make
Hey,
him look bad,
all-
and you can't find any.
All 6 viewers are going to want to be here when you're off air during the second break.
He's got
because he is. Riley may not
hits.
come back.
8 hits.
In 6
One of
games.
them being
6
in
games.
a
6
double.
games.
That's it. Nothing else
How's
other
he
than
get-
a single.
Okay, so you know
Wait,
why?
okay. No, hold on. Hold
He's
on.
doing nothing
hitting
but
in front-
scoring
who's hitting
runners
in front of
scoring
him?
position.
Riley, I'm going to ask you a question.
agree. Totally agree.
Riley, I'm going to ask you a question here. If one of your kids had 8 hits in 6 games on a weekend,
He's benched.
would you call him a disappointment?
No,
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
I would not.
so he does he
He's
has,
also 13.
he also has one extra base hit, so he's disappointment there. Who is hitting in front of him that's stretching a single into a double that allows the extra base hit to happen? Goldschmidt. Oh, that's right. He's not.
No.
So when you got guys who don't run fast, unless he's hitting it into the gap or over the fence, there's no extra base hits to be had because they don't have super speed in front. Now, if he's hitting 2 and he's got Edmund or Donovan in front of him or somebody with a little speed, got some quickness, yeah, he probably should be. But there's traffic in front of him, and he is not going to get extra base hits all the time.
Even if there's somebody on base in front of him, any ball hit to the outfield's going back into second base.
Yeah, he's not getting
Instead of going, they're not trying to throw out Donovan or Carlson or
What? I'd agree with that.
Newt Barr trying to score. They're just going to throw it into second, keep him at first.
So now you got runners at the corners, or he drove one in. Oh, wait, he probably drove one in on a single because he's second on the team in RBI.
Okay.
Oh, you
agree to disagree. We're fine with that. That's what we
It's
do.
not even agree to disagree. It's a fact.
No, it's agree for us to be right and you to be wrong. That's what we're
never
agreeing
said
on.
that.
Facts
I
don't
wasn't
care
wrong.
about your feelings.
I never said I wasn't
Agree
wrong.
to disagree. Like
Next
most
thing-
of America that has any clue in baseball.
Most of America.
Agree to
take a poll.
agree to
All
disagree.
6 viewers that we got watching this right now.
4 of them are us.
I'm talking about
4 now. We're down to 4. Sorry.
I'm talking about
They left when they heard your
America, not
argument.
as in our viewers.
Probably did.
I'm just saying anyone that watches baseball knows, first off, knows who he is. Second,
They
knows
should.
he's one of the best players in baseball.
It should. I
He's
agree.
batting 308.
308.
There's nothing you can argue. You're wrong.
Agree
Okay?
to agree to
Agree to
disagree.
disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Just say, hey, yeah, I screwed up. He is good.
Hey, agree to disagree only comes into play when both sides have an argument.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's about the same argument I had
See,
about.
now, we'll
about
agree to
how
disagree
Jill-
on that,
How
but-
Jill should have been starting every game. It's about the same argument. It is.
Oh, fudge.
There's a group of people in this world when you present them with facts, they'll still argue,
That's right.
even when they're wrong, even when they're proven wrong.
Don't you call that
careful,
like
Chris.
doing the same
Careful.
thing over and over?
Insanity?
Yes.
No,
Insanity,
the word
yeah,
I was
that's
thinking of
right.
starts with an L.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Just identify as
Thank you.
one, and that would be okay.
Libertarian?
Whoa.
You were close.
Oh, you guys.
Next thing you know, they'll put you on a can of Bud Light.
I was just going to say it. Next thing you know, he's going to see a Bud Light in front of him.
Oh, my gosh.
Just saying.
Oh, my God.
Kevin, why don't you take us to break?
I am not drinking any Bud Light. Just so
You
you
just
know.
take us to break.
Yeah, just take the camera off O'Reilly for a minute.
He's just
Hey,
drinking Pepsi.
It's a
we're
great
going to take
idea.
a couple of minutes
Wait
to pay
till
the
Pepsi
bills
goes that way.
and a couple of minutes to try to talk some sense into Riley, but we don't think that's going to happen. So we'll be right back in about a minute.
Or 3.
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
I'm the captain of the Pee Wee football team. We may be small, but we are mighty, annoying. And you are so tired from playing defense against us that your focus is about to ride the bench. Go, go, go. Thanks, Mom. Bye. Come on, come on. And if you have cut rate car insurance, then not even a Hail Mary will save you from paying for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
And Barnhart welcomes back the 2-pound pork steak special every Thursday. Kids eat free every Tuesday, and all-you-can-eat soup and salad every day, all day, only at Case and Bucks and Barnhart, home of over 55 appetizers. Learn more at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Question about my listing price?
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
Are you tired of high school sports behind a paywall? Then you need to check out Maritime Sports, your high school sports source. We at Maritime pride ourselves on covering sports with student athletes as our main interest and putting a spotlight on them. You can check out our articles, photo galleries, and much, much more, all for free. So check out Maritime Sports at our website, maritimesports.net.
All right, well, welcome back to third episode of the Coach's Box.
Third episode.
Segment.
God, he can never bring us back ever again.
I agree to disagree with your episode versus segment.
Very good. Very good, Kevin. Very good. Hey, and these guys, once again, going to prove me wrong again. That's how they do. But guess what? I don't give a rat's
All
ass.
you had to say, Riley, was, I acquiesce. I was wrong.
Hey, you guys proved me wrong, and I don't care. It's all good. That's your saying. That's your feeling. I'm fine with it. Now move on.
I can't move on. It's like a dead horse. I just keep kicking it.
Yeah, that's the way you guys always do. That's why we're on the Coach's Box.
So, in the meantime.
All like we see.
In the meantime.
Where's McVey?
Bring him up.
Okay.
Just bring him up. Go
so
ahead.
you were saying that he isn't hitting with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, throw it out there, Chris.
All right. So, in the meantime, thanks to the almighty Google and Fangraphs.
They're always right.
Oh, my God. Now he's questioning
Arenado,
the source.
Arenado, this season, is 3 for 9. That's 333 with runners in scoring position with 5 RBIs.
No, he's good.
But he's such a disappointment.
It's such a disappointment.
He should have had 5 home runs.
Should have had maybe 3.
Needs 5 home runs and 38 RBIs in the first 6
How many strikeouts
games.
he got? 5?
Oh, I'm with you over there, Jarvis. I'm with you over there.
I have no
I just want
idea.
to smack him.
That doesn't surprise me.
God. He's got 5 strikeouts on the year. What a loser.
You put
He is
such
a
a
loser.
damper on my birthday.
Oh, that's so sad.
All I want for my birthday is for you not to sound like a dumbass.
I'll buy you a Pepsi, Jason. That's okay.
I don't want no Pepsi. You know I don't drink that crap.
I know you don't.
Liquid poison.
Coke Zero.
I don't drink Bud Light either, but anyway.
I don't drink that either.
I never drank Bud Light.
Haven't in a long time.
Unless it was free.
You definitely won't now.
You want a free one?
Nope.
Oh. I hear there's a lot of extra Bud Light laying around.
I tell you what, Kid Rock likes it.
Kid Rock does like Bud Light right now. It comes in great as target practice.
They're bringing it all back. Not bringing anything on the shelf right now.
Well,
all the beer trucks took all the Bud Light back.
Probably a good idea.
Yep.
So
No, they didn't.
Yep. They didn't bring any Bud Light out today.
Did you know that? Yeah, like Travis Tritt said that. Like he's not going to do any venues that serve it.
Yep.
For
any venues.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah.
John Rich from Big and Rich said he owns a
same
bar.
thing.
He owns a bar in Nashville. He said he stopped serving it.
Well, and the thing is, it's not just. Did you see the list?
Oh, he said all Budweiser
I
products.
know,
is what
and
they were
that's
doing,
a long list.
That's a
of
long
products.
list.
Oh boy, it's scary to think.
I didn't realize Corona was on that list.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Kyle Borsch. I like seeing the City SC gear over there.
We don't talk about that sport on the show. Thank you.
I'm trying to get to talk about.
Who is this guy? Do you know who this guy is?
Kyle Bohr?
Yeah.
Admin?
Oh, is he somebody? He's an admin now.
Yeah, admin.
He's big now. Big time.
Big timer. He might as well hang out with Jim Powers.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
He is. Big
That would
time
be,
too.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess McVey might be admin before it's said and done as much as he comes and misses the show.
They think you're admin too, Chris. Does that mean you're big time?
Nah, he usually shows up because there's no one else to set it up.
No comment.
You agree to disagree?
Yeah, I mean, I hear that. I hear that. It's really hard to learn how to set this stuff up, and
That is not hard to run. This is hard to set up. And get the right angles. I agree.
I don't know. The coaches might not be able to do that. Even though we're all college educated people.
Oh, here we go. He ain't gonna. That doesn't bother me.
No, I'm just saying, we're college educated people and can't figure out how to do it.
I just can't get here.
That's what I was told one time.
You were?
Yeah.
Well,
you were too.
We've set it up. You've set it up for 2 years straight, pretty well.
You've done a fantastic
leave
job,
instructions,
Coach. You've
It's
done a
labeled.
fantastic job, Coach.
You finally labeled cables.
Earlier,
I've had them labeled this whole time.
Earlier, we couldn't talk about pitching. So, who's your most disappointing pitching? And I'm going to go out there and pitcher on the team, and mine is going to be Helsley.
That's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
And I think part of the problem with Helsley is the way we use him sometimes. Why do we want to keep constantly pitching him more than one inning? He's a one-inning guy, dude.
That's it.
You bring him in, he throws it, and we get him out, and it's over.
Does that make Helsley the disappointment, or Marmol?
I'm not happy with Marmol at all, and I just don't think even if Tyler O'Neill is in the wrong, maybe
You don't do it in public.
I have not even seen the play to tell you if he was in the wrong or not. But the way that I did see the interview, and the way that Tyler O'Neill reacted, I thought, well, I don't think he obviously thought he was running hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and you are turning third. You're trying to get any advantage you can. He said he was trying to take a tight turn, blah, 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 blah. It's one of the best throwers from the outfield in the league.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't sell your player out like that.
I don't.
And
hung
then
him out to dry, that's for sure.
And then expect him to perform afterwards for you. And to, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine how that.
He kind of sounded like Ollie's kind of like Nathan Shelley. Just go stand over here on the dum-dum line. They don't get it. I get it. You get it.
Oh, I don't know who you're talking about.
No, you don't watch Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
It's the only thing remotely close to soccer that I even like.
No, I don't know what Ted Lasso is.
Oh my!
You're missing out.
You are missing out.
I think
on
you'd
solid
even
gold.
enjoy it.
I don't even know what soccer is.
But then
Roy
everybody,
can't.
It's the world's greatest sport. It's the most popular sport in the world.
everybody
I
complains
don't like the world.
that pitching across Major League Baseball,
Especially the way it's going now,
is bad right now because of the pitch clock and people can't get in any kind of rhythm.
Oh no! It seems like they're in a lot more rhythm now, except for Shohei. He's out of
But
rhythm.
everybody keeps, and they keep talking about it on 101. They heard this morning. They were talking about it that Michaelis is using the excuse of the pitch clock as the reason why he's struggling because he can't get in any
excuses like butts. We all have them. They all stink.
So they were talking about that, and then they said that the overall starting pitching in the Major League Baseball right now is the worst it's ever been.
And it is an excuse, but there is some validity to it in the sense that they have to adjust to it. Pitching always starts out slower
Yes,
at the
it
beginning
does.
of the year.
I agree.
with that.
Because of that. Always does. All right. The fact that they get it figured out after that second or third inning and they tend to be okay. The problem is they throw 45 or 50 pitches in the first 3 innings.
And they go about
60 pitches and they go about 3 innings.
Yeah.
But
Well,
how many of those
nowadays
guys-
you only go 3 or 4 innings.
and then they
But
didn't
how many
really
of those guys
get
in spring training
but they didn't really
go
get,
over 3 innings
But
anyway?
they really
don't.
didn't get a true spring training in the sense that
No,
some of those guys were with Team USA or their other. But he's right. It's across baseball. It's not a Cardinal issue.
Yeah.
It's a baseball issue.
Well, there's pitching staffs that look a lot better than the Cardinals.
Oh, I'm not saying that, and that's a talent thing. That's not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean,
but in the whole scheme of things, I think we're going to see
Like
very
the Braves?
pitching. I think we're going to see a very different type of pitching staff come May and June than we're seeing now, and I think we're going to see it as long as people stay healthy, better later in the year than they are now.
It'd be really nice if we had that Dodd kid and we could have sent a scout maybe down to Cape Girardeau from freaking St. Louis and been like, hey, you played SEMO. Why don't we just draft you?
Well, we picked up James Nail from down there.
Okay, so the guy who
He went to the wrong game.
Yeah. Whoever that scout was that missed that, he's got to go. He's got to go. He's like that dude who wanted to get that one kid off the break.
Well, and
it's Mosalik's brother. It's Bob.
It's
Bob Mosalik.
I'm not saying. Yeah, I mean that may be an issue too with the Cardinals right now.
What, scouting?
Yes,
It's Randy Flores.
Well, it's the Cardinals. I mean, they have some people that are lined up that we've had that for years. You had, hey, Flaherty's going to be a stud. Hey, Thompson's going to be a stud. Trying to think, Liberatore is going to be a stud.
Where's Liberatore?
And he's at AAA.
Yeah, right now.
I was like, you mean to tell me that Liberatore couldn't give us a better start than Jake Woodford did the other day? At least he's left-handed.
I don't know. I think
give me a bad start, but left-handed, I'll take it.
I would take Randy Rosarina over Matthew Liberatore right now.
I will take Sandy Alcantara over
Over the loss of
Marcelo
Ozuna.
Yeah, Sandy.
Oops. Man, that was a
Mosaic. That's the one he's going to own for a very long time.
Sandy
as the
almost
worst
won
trade.
me a fantasy league on his own last year.
Yeah.
he can pitch.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Machado's getting ejected in the first inning of the game about the pitch clock timing thing.
Like
He's going to have to just figure it out that they're not going to change. This is here. They're not going to go away just because you're a star and you don't like it.
Well, yeah, because they didn't. He was ready and he tried to get timeout at 6 seconds. They didn't give it to him. He argued it. Who
was this?
Machado.
Manny Machado.
He argued it, and
he did all that stuff
in
with
the
his
rules that if you argue, it's an automatic ejection.
It's like arguing balls and strikes
You can't do it. Yeah.
because it's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, so I mean, it's against the rules, so just don't do it.
And multiple guys. Are
You
gonna
mean
do it
like
for a while.
taunting for 45 seconds?
Yeah,
Okay,
Is that against the rules?
just checking.
apparently.
No, it's not. Apparently.
Apparently, it's not against the rules.
Should
I
be.
don't care that the game was over.
Okay, never mind. Go back to the Cardinals.
go back to baseball.
You got me riled up again.
But you look at the overall aspect of baseball in the first six. Do you think that pitching and the time and the play clock it has kind of really changed the way the game is played?
It's going to because the pace of the game is faster. It is faster. It's at a different rate than what it was. It's going to be these guys adjusting to it.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael.
Much more enjoyable to watch now.
Let's talk about Michaelis. In the World Baseball Classic, they did not have the pitch clock, so he didn't get to see this in action all spring,
Except for his first two starts.
Yep.
And
So for anybody who grew up, played baseball think about doing something your entire life, and then all of a sudden, hey, you've got to do this a little faster now
and be good at it.
and go.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it counts.
yeah, and be really good at it.
Yeah.
no training at it.
No.
No.
Probably minimal. I'm sure they had some simulated bullpens early or whatever, pitchers and catchers reported, but at the same time, you still do the World Baseball Classic and he's gone.
It's a coach with a stopwatch.
That's
It's
it.
not really a clock that has anything
It's not the
attached to
same
it.
thing.
It's not the same thing.
You got guys who are ready to pitch. You got to be ready to bat. You got to be ready to pitch and go.
Doing it in spring training is one, but it's still going to take them a couple of months to really get used to it on the daily basis.
And I think you're right.
The relievers are going to be better at it faster than the starters are because they're going to do it more often.
And that's what they prepare to do.
They prepare to do things quickly anyway because they're like, get up in the pen and get moving. You got to be ready to go.
My question is,
go.
I really don't have any comments because Blair's baseball validity is went out the window.
my question is, and I'll pose it to you guys. You talk about bullpen guys and relievers. They're ready to pitch. They usually pitch out of the stretch. Are you going to see more starters pitching out of the stretch just because of the pitch clock? And on the rules with the runners? Obviously you got to be in the stretch with the runners, but I'm just saying.
I don't know that they need to because you have to start your motion. So, I mean, it's not like you're trying to get there faster.
But think about all the movement that you're using because now you got to speed it up. You don't get that time to.
Well, once you start, it's not you have to throw it. You just have to start your motion. So whether your motion takes you 12 seconds and your windup takes you 12 seconds or 2 seconds, it doesn't matter.
It's going to be what I'm saying is
I think you're going to see some experiment with it because they feel like that it will slow them down because they don't have to rush to get to a point.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But
that's what I mean. Not
the time of the
necessarily-
windup doesn't take that much.
I'm not saying the wind-up time. You hit the nail on the head with what my point was. My bad. I didn't get there. But I think what I'm saying is that part of it to where if I'm in the stretch, I can get to that point quicker by slowing myself
So
down.
it's a mental part
So
of
it's
it,
a mental
yeah.
thing
Okay.
because, I mean, 90% of pitching kind of tends to be mental, except for
mental.
the actually put the ball where you want it thing.
Like Yogi Berra said, it's 90% mental. The other half is physical.
There you go. And he was kind of smart.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
When you come to a fork in the road, you pick it up. That's what he said. Yogi Berra.
Smart.
From St. Louis.
Hey, trust us on that one. You don't have to Google that one, Riley.
Yeah, Riley, he did
Thanks.
say it.
He did say it. It's in his book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah. Listen, it's on the internet. Abraham Lincoln said it.
3-3-3.
It's got to be true.
That's
333.
That's the average runners on scoring position.
Runners in scoring position for Nolan Arenado is currently 333.
No.
We will
Sauce.
monitor all season now.
Don't worry, we will.
We're going to lead. That's going to be the first thing every show should
I
be.
will be monitoring.
I need him.
Oh, you go ahead. He was only in the top 5 in the MVP voting last year.
It took you 20 minutes and you couldn't even find the stats for the guy. And there's Google.
And Chris found it in
because I wasn't really researching it.
What were you doing?
Yes, you were. I was sitting right next to you.
No, he was avoiding the argument.
gosh.
He was
Probably
avoiding
right.
the
Kevin's
argument.
probably right here, so I was avoiding the argument.
Oh, he avoids confrontation completely.
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Depends.
He needed a timeout. Is what he needed.
He avoids it.
And I went all the way out to center court just to get it too,
Sir Kim Mulkey stood the whole game.
and got by with it.
Yeah, but
Hey, McVay got away with it this year.
He did a couple times.
well,
He was trying to get
At least
the
one
timeout.
night anyway.
Well, I was just trying.
That was fast.
When it comes to the pitching staff, it started early with you guys in the complaining about it. That first game with Michaelis, it lasted barely into the second inning before everybody was on board about complaining and bitching about Michaelis. And I was like, oh my Lord, it's the first inning of the season.
I didn't.
But I know, let's see, Zach and you and Riley, I think we're in on that complaining. And I'm like,
Michaelis is on my fantasy team. I want him to do well.
but I'm like, it's a
He does have a-
162 game season.
Okay, well, he has a 9 GPA. Or GPA.
That's a solid one.
ERA.
Yeah.
9.46 or something like that.
Yes, with one start under his two starts
Two
under
starts.
two starts.
Oh,
Out of probably if he
but
stays healthy, he's a
we're
workhorse.
relying him. He's our ace right now.
He's going to make 30 starts this year. If he's got 28 more starts.
Okay,
to get
well,
this thing
he's
right.
got some work to do, and he sucked.
He didn't pitch very well. There's no
No.
doubt. But you know what? Nobody who started for the Cardinals
pitched as well.
I mean, we are like 28th in Major League Baseball.
29th the other day, but it may have went.
I think it went up because someone else sucked worse. There's only 30 teams, by the way, in Major League Baseball. Riley, you can double check
Let me
that.
Google that real quick.
Yeah,
for
go
you.
ahead.
Okay, go.
Yeah, you can fact check that.
Spend the next hour figuring out who's after us. Who's the Mississippi of the MLB pitching staff?
You should get a job with Twitter fact checking.
Twitter?
Twitter or
He don't
Facebook.
even know how to use Twitter.
What's Twitter?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Try Facebook.
Only his assistant coaches do.
That's right.
Wait,
Smart.
I don't know if he has any of those anymore. But
That's
hey,
not even an assistant coach. It's the AD at another school that does it for him.
Yeah, hey, smart.
that's why the stats were never updated. Oh,
Big time. Big time. Big time.
I don't know. And Winkler chimed in and said
Shocking. That
Yeah, a good point, though.
77-year-old man over there. We're coming.
77?
That's what you guys said. He's like 30 years older than you.
I didn't
He
say that.
said
Did he say
I
that?
didn't use any math. I just said that him and Bruce and James invented the game of basketball.
Well, James is a little older than 30 years older than Jason. I can promise
So,
that.
Coach Winkler said the lack of shifts also has something to do probably with pitching. You know, guys are used to having a shift, and if you're a left-handed hitter, there's a dude standing in short right field. Taking that hit away. Now he's not.
Some teams have found ways around that. I think you're going to continue to see
You run
that.
the left fielder over there.
Yeah.
It's going to change. People are, they're going to figure
So
it out.
dumb. I hate that.
Or
Same
you just
baseball.
start the shortstop just on that one side of the bag, and after the pitch is made, they can take a step over. I mean,
That's all
it's
it has to do.
you don't have. They've just modified. You're going to find. It's like just like students, they're going to find a different way to cheat.
But when
if
is
you take away one.
baseball? Just play baseball. Like, gosh dang.
Just hit 333 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, you won't be successful.
Stop being
Who
a
cares?
disappointment.
you won't be successful. I want any baseball coach out there to tell Blair that you agree with him that
He
if
does
you had
not-
a guy
I-
batting 333,
If they are, then
with
they're not a
runners
very
in
good baseball
scoring,
coach.
oh my God, you're insane.
Well, there went some of our viewers.
Hey,
No, they're if
there
they
went
agree
his
with me-
baseball coaching career.
If they agree with me on that, then they're insane. I just said it. I'm telling you guys.
so you were wrong.
So you won't admit that you were wrong.
I did not admit. I just said I was wrong in that sense with the 333 batting.
Okay,
average.
so I just asked Chat GPT.
Well played. Well played. I like this. Yes.
Okay. You know what Chat GPT? Okay, good. If Nolan Arenado is a disappointment, I wanted to get AI's figure on this.
Oh my gosh.
Long story
Hey, it's
short.
the future of the world. Go with it.
Long story short, he's been regarded as one of the best players in the league. And while it's true he's not had the same level of statistical success didn't have it in the first season, he's played above average, league average, in batting average, and everything else have remained top-notch.
Good for him.
Therefore, it would not be fair to call Nolan Arenado a disappointment at this point in his career, as he has consistently demonstrated a high level of talent and has contributed significantly to his team's success.
Damn, even the robots.
The
don't think he's-
robot thinks that he... The Terminator right there just said that Arenado is not a disappointment.
You know it's right if the robot says that.
I appreciate the robot.
No, you don't. You didn't even know what that was until
No,
you
I
explained
have
it.
no
Ask ChatGPT if Pepsi's a disappointment.
Ooh, that's good.
They probably are right now.
But there's other drinks right now that are kind of disappointing.
I was going to say, ask him what that BL is.
Speaking of
Talk about stock prices right now. Let's do our futures predictions.
Oh my god!
I just saw online today. I was looking at something that Google is hiring AI prompt writers and paying them $300,000 a year.
I would do that.
Yes, to write prompts for artificial intelligence, so that basically somebody who can ask ChatGPT to write them things, they hire people to do that, to write the prompts so it writes the things correctly, and they're paying them anywhere from $150,000 to $300,000 a year. I read that somewhere on
I don't
Twitter.
know if I want to work for Google, but for $150,000 to $300,000, I'm pretty sure I would give up this.
I want to find that again, but
Yeah. You need to send me the link for
I don't have that on my resume, but
I would sit there and type words for that thing.
that's going to be a major.
Yeah.
That's going to be a major soon. It's an English major.
It is.
I can do that. I can do University of Phoenix. Do you think they got a degree program for that?
Not yet, but
they will.
But they will.
They
Schools added brewing as a major, so
Brewing?
yes, brewing science as a major. SIUE
Not
I think
us.
has it.
Oh,
What?
Oh, you're talking about
SIUE has brewing science as a major or something like that.
Jason.
Yes,
You were born in the wrong time.
Sure was.
I spent 5.5 years in college being a brewing major.
Taster.
Taster.
Final,
this is skunky. This is good.
final exam, everybody's just passed out in the classroom.
Lightweights.
Jason's like, I minored in mixology.
Oh, jeez.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You never heard of artificial intelligence?
No.
The Chat GPT?
No, sir. Not at all.
No, sir.
Nothing.
No, sir.
No, sir.
You should ask ChatGPT to create some plays for you.
Oh, I probably should. What's the best basketball play?
Flex.
ChatGPT,
It's gonna say flex.
create me an inbounds play. See what it does. I bet you would.
Yeah.
Flex.
I'm not gonna do it right
That's
now.
what I'm going to
Yeah.
do. Next
Yeah.
year,
Listen,
everything from...
Yeah, so when he yells from the sideline, hey, run ChatGPT.
Hey, what is
Computer
this?
blue.
AI1. AI1.
I do have an inbounds play called A.
Yes,
I know.
yes, we know.
I know. Throw it down. Didn't really stop anything. Don't worry.
We did get an easy bucket off it. You were screaming what happened.
Yeah, I was not happy.
That
Oh,
doesn't
well.
surprise
It's
me.
the most simple inbounds play ever.
Chris never screams during the game.
Well, it's almost as simple as the one where, they pass to the guy in the corner, and he passes up,
and
then he goes and screens for the inbounder, and then...
How many times have you heard this when someone runs that play? He's shooting it in the corner.
Yeah.
It's going back to... And everybody's like, oh, no. And no, it's a wide open three.
All
It's a
the
wide open
time.
three. It is America's play to the corner.
I finally put it in because I'm like, if we're gonna keep getting burned on it, it's got to work. And Hoskins hit several threes from that corner this year.
Yep.
You know what it proves? Nobody listens when you tell them stuff in the scouting report, nor does anybody watch film.
Even when you run the play yourself, they
Even
still
when you
don't know
run the
how to
play
defend
yourself.
it.
Kids don't.
No.
Oh, I know. We were running it in practice, and it still worked.
Oh, man, that's a great play, Coach. We should put that in. We do. We run it every game. Oh, we should run it better.
Okay.
The other team ran it really well. Did they, though? Or did we just defend it really terribly?
Or the other one where it's got the guy right there in front of the ball, and he's your tallest player.
Oh, and they throw it.
And he takes like 2 steps back, and they lob it to him, and he catches it, and he shoots and scores.
I got to say,
No matter what.
So, I've watched both weekends of the Missouri High School Final Four. I've never seen so many simple inbounds plays, literally just like that, where you get the ball, and nobody's paying attention. I just throw the ball in to one person right there at the basket, and they shoot it.
They score.
And it happened all weekend, both weekends.
Absolutely insane.
And I'm like, there is no reason for me to draw up anything that's complex.
Or have to more than one movement.
No. Let's have 2 people doing something. Everybody else just stand around.
Yeah,
they're decoys.
One of those will be open.
He has one. He runs this every game. I hate it, but it works.
Oh yeah.
Everyone just pops out, and then the one girl goes streaming down the lane, wide open, the pass to the ball layup. I'm like, how the hell does people not defend this inbounds? I don't even know what the hell he calls it.
I don't either. I forgot.
Chaos.
Then he has
Everybody's gonna run around. Everybody run around.
and I'm like, my God, that works.
Yeah.
Like, or the squeeze. He was the squeeze all the time too.
The hell is a squeeze?
When you got somebody that's 6 foot or bigger, then that's what happens. It works all the time.
Okay.
On the girls' side, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd work on the boys' side. We don't pay attention to anything.
He said 6 foot. As like that's tall.
That is tall for
On the
girls.
boys'
That's tall for girls.
I know. But I said on the boys' side that it's not.
6 foot's normal, average.
6 foot's a guard
It's average for sure.
Sometimes.
most of the time, unless they just never handled the bell.
Yeah.
They were that kid that was 6 foot in 7th grade, and so they played in a post their entire career.
True.
That has happened.
Only dribble it twice.
I know. I was so lucky that I was so lucky to have Goodwin down at the junior high that he put Dylan at guard at 6 foot instead of posting him up.
Yeah, you think the head coach would have been like, hey, he needs to be a guard.
I didn't have to. I already knew.
Thank God Coach Goodwin was there.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. Your junior high coach doesn't always listen to everything that the head coach says either.
I've been there, done that, had that problem.
And so I'm not gonna. It's gonna be a long time before I forget Arenado on my birthday as the worst player.
Oh yeah.
On Cardinals.
And he's not the worst player. The biggest disappointment.
That might be worse.
I mean, Tommy Edmonds only hitting 260,
Good for him.
but not as big of a disappointment as
O'Neal is getting yelled at in public by his manager.
Yeah, for not hustling and basically being a disappointment.
And he picks Arenado.
Yeah.
Kisner hasn't even played.
Kisner can't.
Yeah,
He played.
yet.
Oh,
played.
that's right. He had a couple of at-bats.
One game.
Played in game.
I don't even know if
played,
he's got a hit.
Oh, that's right. He
I
had
think
played
he
that
does
game.
have it.
So he's probably
he
got
did have a
one hit.
He
But he's not a disappointment.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Arenado is.
He had probably
Yeah.
an excuse me single.
Blues
Arenado.
Blues win in overtime.
Blues win in overtime.
Yay!
Yeah, shootout.
So wait a minute. Are you guys happy that the Blues are winning right now?
Actually, I'm okay with it. I hate the fact when my team doesn't want to win. They don't win.
I don't want to win.
They're still going to have 3 first-round picks.
I know, but you want a chance for Bedard.
Bedard might blow his knee out.
I don't care.
I want
And you
3 of them.
wasted all that.
Then you wasted it all.
That I like that these guys.
I do like they're playing.
I like the way they're playing. I
playing.
like seeing the competitive desire. I like the change up. I like the way this makes me think this is more. It's less previous in the year. It was less Berube. It was more the player makeup, and now it's Berube's type of team.
Outside of Kyrou, sometimes not playing like he should.
You see them get into it on the bench and down to the locker room.
But you know
the other
what?
Day. But that was fine.
Difference between Berube and Marmol, we took care of it. We handled it.
Yeah.
That was
in the
locker room.
I never thought I'd see that from Marmol because he's not been like that.
Yeah, he must have been a little pissed off and just decided to.
And then Mo has his back, and
I'm still wondering. Maybe there's something more to it that
There
they're
has
also
to be.
not saying about that.
and maybe it is in the locker room that was discussed. Maybe an issue that happened in the locker room. Then it just escalated with that play, and all of a sudden now it became public.
Yeah.
and nobody knows.
Marmol is probably hating on Canada and about their free health care and some other stuff that they do that's kind of stupid.
He's being racist towards Canada.
He probably made it Molson's joke.
Oh, that's true.
Blue.
Or he was okay with having a drag out.
Or
reading kids.
O'Neal wanted poutine in the locker room, and Marmol said no. Poutine. It's a Canadian delicacy.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I've heard
I don't know what it is.
It's French fries with gravy and cheese curds.
You lost me at cheese curds. Just throwing it out there.
Not sure that I would enjoy that.
So
It's a Canadian thing, like denim.
Oh my goodness.
So since Zach's not here and Kevin knows about hockey.
Can't believe Zach's not here.
I know, right? We can talk hockey though.
We can
to finish the show.
Wonderful.
I mean,
Judy wants to talk soccer.
I don't care.
I want to talk soccer, but I've come to the point where this ain't going to happen.
Not when Chris is here.
I'm glad that you feel that
I'm
way.
pissed
Kevin.
about it.
Yeah.
What's
but
not going to happen?
I agree to
We're not talking about
disagree.
soccer.
No, we're not.
You acquiesce?
I acquiesce and I
There you
agree
go.
to disagree.
Hey, take notes, Blair.
Thank you.
So, I agree. I do like this team. I do like that they are playing hard. I just wanted the chance. But I do like the way these guys play. I think Varane was a good pickup. Caspian's a good. I like him too. He's got speed. Just think about it. Just picking these guys up off the scrap heap, and it's like, hey, you got something to prove.
Well, these are Berube guys that they went and
They're
got.
kinda
That's what
guys.
it is.
Yep.
They went and they knew that they needed to. The roster he put together at the beginning of the year was not a Berube type of team. When they got rid of Perron, he was the glue that held that together. That's the move I wish we had back.
Yes. And because he had a little grit, he could score, and he was a team guy. The guys liked him.
Well, I like what is it? The Tyson. What's his last name? The defenseman.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
I'll think of it later.
he brought him up from Springfield at the beginning of the year and has played him way in, and you can't get him out of the lineup now.
Yeah. Now, what do you do? Because obviously our defense is not where it needs to be. There's still some improvement that needs to happen for the forecheck. But are our defensemen good enough as constructed to be competitive next year with this group, which basically I don't see them maybe – if they get anybody, they might get a forward. I doubt they will in free agency because they've got most of these guys – I mean, all these guys are locked up now. There's no unrestricted free agents on the docket, I don't think.
To me, it depends on whether you can unload one of those defensive contracts on the top end.
Well, Krug, Parayko, and Falk all have big deals.
And I'm thinking if you can keep two of them, I think you have to find a way to unload one of them.
Who do you unload?
I think Falk you got to keep because I think Falk has produced.
Falk has
played well.
Yep.
I think you have to find a way to. Can you unload Parayko because he's got a shot at being that next captain in the locker room type of thing?
Get rid of him.
But
looks like Tarzan plays like Jane.
Yeah, he looks 6'5", plays 5'8".
Yeah, you can get that out of Krug because Krug's 5'8".
So I think it's either got to be Krug or Parayko.
What do you guys think? You're not saying anything. Play on your phone.
Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the show to a bunch of my groups that I forgot to do earlier.
Wow, good job, Jason.
Boer
Well,
has
they
to
can
speak
watch
here.
it later.
Why would these guys want to talk about a winning team? Let's keep talking
yes,
about the ninth
Kyle.
worst hockey team in the year.
Let's talk about the second best team in MLS in their first year.
Who's that?
That's St. Louis City, capital city.
Oh, we have a team.
Yeah, and they're pretty damn good too. They got uniforms
they
and
got
everything.
Uniforms, everything. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Well,
they even have an own special red that they created just for that team.
Well, that explains it a lot.
Do the
right
Blues
there.
have a chance to make the playoffs?
Special-
No,
No,
they've
at
been
all?
eliminated. They got eliminated on Tuesday.
Where the
Tuesday?
heck have
Okay.
you been?
Okay. I didn't know if it was official yet or not.
Winkler says Krug's got to go. I think
he's probably the easiest to get rid of because he's got the most value, I think, around the league.
Great value?
No, not great value, but he's got the most
Good enough value?
He's got mediocre value.
Good enough.
Free value?
Good enough value.
Paywall value?
No, not paywall.
Paywall and you pay for it in other ways value?
That's dangerous.
But no, I think if you can unload one of those contracts, I think you can get another defenseman. But I think you need to get a second pairing defenseman.
You need.
I don't think you need a top pairing. I like the way a couple of years ago where they kind of had even pairs within the first three.
I think that's a very underrated thing. I was never a big Bouwmeester guy until we didn't have him.
The Bouwmeester wasn't a tremendous, but his pairing with Parayko made him better. He made Parayko better because they complemented each other in their styles.
And Joel Edmondson and
Grinder.
You got to have guys like that.
And some of those younger ones that they're bringing up are those types of grinders type of thing. I'm not a big Bertuzzo, but he's kind of my favorite one because he plays that Berube game, that big heavy game.
I think you got to have some guys who can really defend.
And you've got some guys that can run the. If you got Falk and you've got Perunovic, who can both quarterback the PowerPoint, but they're not necessarily going to be penalty kill guys. That's what your Bertuzzos and your other guys are for.
you got to have some guys who can kill off a penalty and then who can play good 5-on-5. Especially
when you take stupid, dumb penalties sometimes.
Yeah, we do take some
Not us, ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw Petrangelo get more delay game penalties flipping that puck over the glass.
He passed that.
Petrangelo done it.
He passed that on to
times.
Parayko a bunch of times too.
Good gosh! Can we not do that?
Listen, I would love to at some point. I was like, why are you flipping it off? Just slam it into somebody's chest. They'll move eventually. Yeah.
Parayko does need to be shooting the puck a lot more than what he does.
I would love to see our defensemen shooting from the point way more often, even if they're just flipping it in there looking for a deflection.
Hey, you got guys who crash the net.
If it gets to the goalkeeper and they smother it, guess what? You get an offensive zone play.
I will have to give our goalkeeper some credit. He played his ass off even during this whole
goalkeeper. Outside of Grice, he has not played well this year. Hofer and Bennington, while Bennington has looked crazy nuts at times. You would be too if you're facing the kind of offensive barrage that you're having to face.
Yeah.
So goalkeeping is not an issue with me in this team at all.
Me either.
I think we get better defensive play in front of them. They'll have better stats.
Oh yeah, I mean he faces too many easy shots.
Too many
constant.
Many times I've never seen somebody. More times than ever, I've never seen anybody sneak around from the back of the net with nobody there to push.
Sure,
him
you
out
did. You watched the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. That was supposed to be the beginning of the movie. The District 5 team.
Yes.
Yes, the District. Yeah.
Goldberg couldn't get there from post to post that quick.
Goldberg couldn't get up off of his knees in order. Yeah, so
we're the only ones that left.
Should have played Julie the Cat.
Yeah, yeah. She's got the glove. She's got the quick glove. That was in the second one. Goldberg was good at that point. Yeah.
Blair, is this over your head? You've never watched the Mighty Ducks?
Yes, I have watched the Mighty Ducks. I'm just
not
into hockey.
I bet he thinks Adam.
Dude, he is all butthurt over here.
I'm not butthurt at all. I could care less.
I bet he thinks Charlie Conway is a disappointment.
No way.
Adam Banks is definitely a disappointment.
He's a cake eater.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I just can't get into the Blues.
Emilio Estevez is a terrible actor.
Terrible coach.
Terrible coach. Terrible actor. Terrible brother. He's not as good as Charlie.
Yeah, no.
Blair, you've just been off your game tonight.
I have.
You okay? You sick?
It's the Zac effect. He needs Zac here.
I just wanted to make Jarvis feel a little better about his birthday.
Why? So
you ruined it with the Arenado comment?
You ruined it.
No, he'll never forget his birthday because of that.
I don't think he was going to forget it. And
he might have.
No.
Because it was year 47.
That's not terribly old.
His mind might have lost a little bit, but he'll never forget this night.
That's from football.
That's the CTE.
My CTE.
Yeah, it's a CTE talking.
Better watch yourself. I might stab you here in a second.
Blair, I can say
5.5 years ago.
Blair, I can say this now because they're not sitting here, but that group of people who were sitting here, patrons of the restaurant.
Well, thank you.
They were a little older than 47, very seasoned individuals.
They thought you were nuts.
They thought you were nuts. That woman said,
when I said that about
Arenado was being disappointed. She's like, what?
Oh, wait, was it? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. That guy over there in the black hat's hat, he's an idiot.
True, maybe. Some
Not
days.
the first time, right?
Not the first time I said we're going to say that, and I guarantee it's not going to be the last.
Nah, somebody from the bleachers calling Blair an idiot? Nope.
That never happens.
No.
Only me a few times.
Yeah.
That never.
Sam.
And in some of those times you were sitting on the bench next to him helping coach.
Mm-hmm. And some of those times he was coaching.
You only coached when he wasn't there.
I was the only one there.
Hey, you're calling him an idiot and he wasn't there.
And he wasn't there.
Good thing that idiot wasn't here. We'd be losing.
Dad, am I starting tonight? That idiot's not here. You're starting. You're not coming out either.
Heck yeah, and you ain't coming off the floor, baby.
So,
oh jeez.
So you guys got summer lined up like that?
We do.
You got some games scheduled that Jarvis is going to coach. You're going to.
No, I'm sure I'll show up and no one will be there.
Maybe
you'll get that text message about 5 minutes. Hey,
on my way in the car.
Yeah,
I'm
you're coaching tonight.
I'm in flip flops and
enjoy it.
Gym shorts, and I'm going to be coaching because.
Don't get me wrong, Jason enjoyed every minute of it.
You have Weston on one arm.
I did not enjoy the minute of it when I got there and we had 4 players.
Well, that was the tough
2-2 zone.
We're playing the 1-2-2.
No, he just ran man at work.
The 1-1-2.
No, 1-2-1.
Yeah, 1-2-1.
We're playing a diamond.
The diamond and none.
I ran man all summer, and this dude wasn't running in the season. I'm like,
we did run it in the season.
Oh, not enough.
The box and none.
The boxing none?
Box and
I didn't know there was boxing.
It won us a district. It won us a district game this year.
This guy.
All right.
Oh boy, I think that's the show, fellas.
It's a good show.
Yeah,
and it was good. It was good to be back here at La Pachanga too.
Yeah, it was nice not to have McVey here.
Oh wow.
It was nice to not have a big old library in the back of our
right. Oh,
we almost. It's almost like if Zach was here, we would have had some sense knocked into people, or at least he would have talked sense into people.
I think he would have really jumped on this.
He probably would have agreed with me. That's the thing, Zach.
That should be our first segment next week. Is did Zach agree?
He's going to tell you that. You guys are going to have to
what?
Talk him into it all week.
I'm not going to talk him into anything. You go ahead, put it out there on the group message and see what he says.
Nobody has to talk anybody into. We're not.
I won't even say anything.
I won't either. I promise.
Who is Nolan Arenado the biggest disappointment?
He's too busy answering all of his fans. He has no time.
Oh, whatever.
Let's see what Jim Power says about that too.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll tell me I'm wrong too.
All right, well, this has been another episode of the Coach's Box.
For free
That's
episode.
Right. We plan on seeing you guys again next week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Another happy birthday to Jason, Jarvis.
Yeah, and if any of you business owners want to sponsor us, it's really cheap. $25.
You do for Jason's birthday, only for a long period of time.
A year, and so that this time next year we'll be begging you to renew.
Jason, here's to 47 more.
If you contact us before Monday, we'll give $5 off or $20 for the next month in lieu of Jason's birthday. How about that?
Jason's birthday, sure, we'll do that.
$20 for the next month.
Oh, for 1 month.
As long as you contact us and sponsor our show by Monday.
Well, we'll see.
See if we got anybody to jump on.
We'll see if you are
a Jarvis special.
We'll see if you're a marketing genius or about as dumb as you were with Arenado.
Hey, it's a Jarvis special. That's enough.
Jarvis special.
We get no sponsors. Blair's the biggest disappointment.
Who's the biggest disappointment on the Coach's Box?
There we go. All right, appreciate you guys tuning in.
I would definitely win that.
You guys have a great week, and we will see you guys next week.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
Yep.
Happy Passover.
Happy Easter. Can we call it Easter?
Yes, we can call it Easter.
Is that politically correct?
It's fine.
Okay.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
Thanks for watching another rib-tickling, gut-busting, epic episode of The Coach's Box. Please like, share, and follow.